Hi, this is a reading for the full moon in Scorpio on May 7th. So, well, what's really interesting is that I picked exactly the same cards than for the new moon in Taurus. Here we have the exact same cards, the devil and the star. And which is not, I mean, for the mind, it's like, oh wow, but when you think of it, it's not that crazy because it's the same lunar cycle and it's the same themes. So it kind of makes sense. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. So we see that with the devil reversed, the devil is really a guide that is helping us diving really deep and to uncover really deep wounds and stuck emotions and scary things lurking in the dark. But we also have the star that is diving as deep as the devil. It's like we have these two guides. We have the devil and the star, and they are both illuminating the darkest places that we have inside, and they are working together. They are not against each other. It's just they are both guiding us. So I think it's really beautiful because usually we would see the devil as something negative and the star as something positive, but in that case it is there is no I mean, there is this neutral space where they are just here to guide us and make us understand something and help us heal. They are guides. So it's out of this frame of polarity and good or bad or blah blah blah. It's just very neutral and supporting us. And so we see that we are coming to completion. It's the full moon, so there's something that is there's something that is culminating, that is full, like coming to its full expression. And so we can see that we've been through a lot of obviously isolation and retreating from the world and being very still and quiet and in this really deep inner journey. And that really helped us to reconnect with ourselves and see clearly the dynamics that work and what works and what doesn't work, and also to reconnect with our creativity and so that we can find new ways of doing things and new ways of relating to others as well. And by seeing what doesn't work, we've been asked to be very creative in terms of like finding new paths. If we do something by default, then how can we change that and find a completely new and creative way of doing things? We have the fertility card, so it's really been a very creative time for many people. and we have the Lord take charge with authorities. It's really about being really strong with these choices. We have the Three of Swords. So it's a time around this in this lunar cycle and around the full moon that is about, there's a lot of healing happening. There's also a lot of discomfort and pain, and it's a full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is known for its intensity. It's the most intense of the signs, and on top of that, it's not only a full moon, it's a super moon, and it's comes at the end of lockdown, where everybody is kind of freaking out and just like, we just want to go out, but it's not possible. So and it's 2020. It's a year that is has a lot of influence of Pluto, and Pluto is the master of Scorpio. So it's really a super intense Scorpio moon. I mean, it's always intense when it's Scorpio, but there's like extra extra servings of intensity. So there's a lot of, potentially a lot of grief and sorrow and old traumas and old memories that are surfacing, and also around feeling betrayed, around trust. There's a lot that is coming up right now. So yeah, it's very intense, it's very scary, it's very uncomfortable. And the full moon is illuminating all of these really dark places that we don't go to usually. But the devil is like, yeah, we're going for it. And so it's really an amazing time to release and release, let go. And it's also a time where we may be reliving situations. Like something will happen and you think, oh wow, but it's exactly what happened 10 years ago. I'm reliving it. And at first it can be very unsettling because you think, oh no, I'm in this loop and I don't know how to get out of it. The story is repeating. But it's not. Actually, it's a spiral. And you feel like your mind thinks that is reliving a situation when it's actually you're healing it. And things are it's happening much faster. The time frame is not at all the same. A situation that 10 years ago took something happened and it took years for you to heal, and now you feel that you're reliving the same, but this time you will take 1 week or 2 hours to just like get out of it and heal and just like release this energy. So there's this spiral thing going on right now. But it's all very it's all healing and very quickly. So it's all right. You're not, nothing is repeating. It's not exactly the same. It's just because it's a huge there's so much healing right now. It's really like a space where there's this opportunity to heal in a massive way. And we have the Princess of Cups, and the Princess of Cups is all about learning how to be in touch with your emotions and drink from the cup from the emotional cup, and accepting, letting emotions flow, and being really surrendering to the emotions, but not in a I'm doomed way, no, just just accepting and knowing that emotions are just emotions, and they pass, and surrendering to the cycle, the waves of the emotional waves. And it's actually it's really, there is a sweetness to it. It's soft, and there's a beauty. So that's what we are learning right now. There's also, we have the Judgment card, and it's again reversed. It's just like this energy that is really about diving really, really, really deep. And Judgment is all about it's about balance between the masculine and the feminine aspects within yourself. And then when the feminine recognizes the masculine and sees the masculine, the feminine is blessing the masculine. There's this recognition. I see you for who you are truly, without the veils of betrayal or hurt or pain. I see you for who you are, and then the masculine can truly serve the feminine. There's this really deep healing around the masculine and the feminine that is happening right now. And we have the Mirror Guardian, who is here to asking us to reflect, taking time. We don't have to do anything around this full moon. Just things are gonna come to our consciousness. Things that are usually in the dark are gonna be illuminated, and we're gonna understand more clearly. There's a clarity that is coming with this lunar cycle, and the Mirror Guardian is here to tell us, well, you don't have to do anything about it. Just listen, observe, reflect, and feel. Yeah. We have the Nettle card, which is all about this clarity that is coming to us through this lunar cycle and through this full moon. It's a big time for integration, because there are so many changes that are happening right now, inside of us, outside, everywhere. So it's the full moon is helping us to really integrate all of these changes. We have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is really about mastery of the emotions and the stability. Being able to really surf the emotional waves and feeling a lot, feeling all feelings, very intense ones, yet being very stable. That's the magic of the King of Cups. That's what we are learning right now. And we have the mountains. And this is, we're working so much on the foundations right now. And this is going to help us to have clean and clear foundations, so then we can be very centered and stable. And we also have the full moon here, She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. So this is an invitation to really connect with this kind of wild energies that can be a bit scary. But it's really this untamed wild energy that we all have inside. It's an invitation to connect with that energy and enjoy it, really enjoy it, not trying to repress it, suppress it, deny it, or run away from it. Just accept it, and but more than accept it, really enjoying it. And we have the Six of Swords, and it's reversed again, so it's again this theme of really diving deep. And it's, well, again, it's an amazing time right now to move, to, shift. There's a lot of shifts are happening. There's an emotional release and liberation that is taking place, or there's at least a very big potential for liberation and emotional release. Things that we've been carrying for years or lifetimes, memories, energies, imprints, things that we don't even, like, we've been working for years and years, and we don't know how to to free that. Well, right now it's an amazing time for releasing all of these energies, memories, stuck emotions, old traumas, heavy stuff, dense. It's an amazing opportunity. This full moon is extremely healing and supportive of letting go and releasing. And we have the Ace of Staves, which is about, we're gonna enter a completely new cycle, where it's gonna be way more masculine in a way, because the last month we're very yin, like very reflecting and being inward and working on yourself and going inside, and being very creative. And now there's gonna soon come a time where we can go out and be way more active and we can start to manifest these creative ideas and everything that happened in the past month. Then we can start acting and manifesting them on the material plane. And we have the High Priest, and this is really talking about the connection between the earth plane and the cosmic plane, and the realization that we are spiritual beings, and the kind of the spiritual and the material coming together, and integration of the spiritual in the material world. Okay, I think that's it. So yeah, it's a very intense full moon. It's also a very beautiful full moon. It's very powerful. It's an amazing opportunity for diving deep and coming face to face with your deepest shadows. But there's also this huge potential for healing. There's a lot of healing during this full moon. It's very supportive, it's very healing, and it's a great there's big potential for liberation, emotional liberation, really big release. And I know it's not comfortable, but that's how it is when you do the work. And when you heal, the healing path, the healing journey, it's not very comfortable. But it's totally worth it. Lots of light I see for this full moon. Thank you for listening, and we're all in this together. Thank you. Bye.